Not when you are inspired. Not when the episode is fresh. Not when the quote touched you. Not even when the idea sounds powerful. But later. Later when pressure returns. When nobody is watching. When the trigger comes back. When the person still reacts the same way. When life does not slow down for your growth. That is when you know what has really been redesigned. Tonight, we are closing this part of the journey. Not the full journey, just the first foundation. And we are closing with this thought. Architecture stands when intensity fades. You might want to hear that again. Architecture stands when intensity fades. Inside the design has never been about hype. It has never been about quick emotional excitement. It has never been about shouting people into change. It has been about looking quietly at the structure beneath behavior. The hidden design, the repeated pattern, the old meaning, the internal system that keeps producing the same response even when a person knows better. That's what it has been about. So let's slow down. Because if we rush this closing, we may miss the whole point of the season. We began with patterns, the simple but uncomfortable truth that smart adults can repeat old behavior. Not because they are foolish, not because they don't know better, not because they have not prayed, and not because they have not tried, but because behavior forms inside systems. And systems are not changed by information alone, they are changed by redesign. That was the first door. Then we looked at insight, because insight can feel powerful. You finally see something, you finally understand why you react in a certain way, you finally connect the dots. And for a moment, it feels like the work is complete. But insight, it is not redesign. Insight opens the door, but redesign builds the room. That distinction matters because many adults have collected insight for years. From books, videos, podcasts, trainings, prayers, therapy language, coaching language, motivational lines. Yet, under pressure, the same old behavior returns. Not because the insight was useless, but because the structure that produces behavior had not yet changed. Stay with this. Then we entered discomfort. Discomfort is not danger, it is information. That sentence matters because many reactions begin when discomfort rises. Someone delays a reply, someone disagrees, someone corrects you, someone asks for something, someone becomes disappointed, something feels uncertain. All of this stir up discomfort in a certain way. And then the body says, fix this now, explain now, defend now, withdraw now, say yes now, send the message now, with a high surge of urgency. But if discomfort always controls action, old patterns will remain in power. So we learned that tolerance creates space. Space between feeling and reaction. Space between pressure and decision. Space between trigger and behavior. That space is not small. That space is where redesign begins. Then we entered boundaries. Boundaries without drama. Not shouting, not punishing, not building a wall out of anger, not disappearing without language. Just structure. A boundary is a limit that protects capacity. A wall is not angry. A door is not rude. A lock is not bitter. They are structural. Many people think that they have a boundary problem. Sometimes they have an identity safety problem. They know what to say, but after they say it, guilt starts shaking the sentence. So boundary is not only the words you speak. Boundary is the internal structure that allows those words to stand. That was another door. Then we entered energy. Energy is not just time. Because your calendar can be organized while your life is still poorly designed. You can have reminders, schedules, alarms, blocks, meetings, plans, and still be exhausted, still be roggy, irritable, privately resentful. So time management can make you look responsible, but it cannot rescue energy that is being spent without redesign. So we asked a better question. Not only do I have the time, but do I have the energy to do this as well? That question changes things because time may say yes, energy may say no. And when energy says no, but ego says yes, the system begins to borrow from somewhere. Borrow from patience, from clarity, from health, from relationships, from recovery. That debt will be collected. Maybe not immediately, but it will be collected. Then we entered overcommitment. We took a good look at how to reduce overcommitment without losing respect. That episode touched something very deep because many capable adults are tired, not because they are doing nothing, but because they are doing too much from the wrong internal space. They have confused reliability with over-availability. They have confused being useful with being constantly needed. They have confused respect with dependency. But some people do not respect you. They only benefit from your overextension. That line is sharp, but it is also not cruel. It is clarifying. Because real respect can survive your limits. Dependency cannot. So we learned to ask before saying yes. Do I have the energy? Does this align with my current priorities? What must reduce if I accept this? Because every yes takes space from somewhere. From your rest, your focus, your family, your body, your clarity, and even your future. And if you cannot name what will reduce, your yes may be emotional, not structural. Then we came to pace. Redesign is slow, and that is not a flaw, it is a point. Because pain makes speed attractive. Pressure makes speed attractive. Shame makes speed attractive. Many adults want change quickly, clarity quickly, confidence quickly, new behavior quickly. A new life by next Monday morning, I think. But urgency often destabilizes what repetition is trying to build. If your patterns formed over the years, why would your redesign stabilize in days? Think about it. A pattern is not only behavior, it is a system repeated until it becomes familiar. So redesign must repeat too, again and again and again, until the new structure becomes safe. That is why small shifts matter. A longer pause, a cleaner no, a softer reaction, a better night's sleep, a decision made without panic. Real change does not always arrive in shouting. Sometimes it arrives quietly. And quiet does not mean weak. Quiet means integration. Then we arrived at identity safety. What changes when identity feels safe? Almost everything. When identity feels unsafe, ordinary life starts feeling like a test. A correction feels like rejection. Rest feels like irresponsibility. A boundary feels like betrayal. Disagreement feels like abandonment. A delay feels like disrespect. The event may be small, but the meaning inside becomes heavy. Now that is why many adults are not only tired from life, they are tired because their system keeps turning normal moments into identity threats. But when identity feels safe, your worth is not constantly under negotiation. Disagreement does not destroy you. Rest does not reduce you. Correction does not erase you. Boundaries do not exile you. And someone's disappointment does not mean that you are bad. That does not make you arrogant. No, it makes you stable. And stability is not pride. Stability is internal structure. Now let us bring the whole season together. Patterns showed us what repeats. Insights showed us that seeing is not enough. Discomfort showed us where the reactions begin. Boundaries showed us where capacity must be protected. Energy showed us what must be redesigned. Overcommitment showed us where fear hides inside usefulness. Pace showed us why change needs time. Identity safety showed us what makes change sustainable. This is not random. This is architecture. Each layer builds on the previous one. If you try to set boundaries without discomfort tolerance, guilt may collapse the boundary. If you try to manage energy without reducing overcommitment, your calendar will keep stealing from your body. If you try to change behavior without identity safety, every small shift may feel like danger. If you try to redesign quickly without repetition, the old system will quietly return. This is why architecture matters. Architecture is not noise. It is what allows something to stand when the emotion fades. A house does not stand because people clapped when the foundation was poured. It stands because the foundation can carry weight. A bridge does not hold because it was announced beautifully. It holds because the structure was calculated. A life does not change because a person felt powerful for one evening. It changes because the internal system begins to support a different way of being. That is the difference between intensity and architecture. Intensity can start a moment. Architecture can sustain a life. Let that sit. Many people are addicted to intensity, a powerful event, a strong quote, a deep session, a dramatic decision, a public declaration, a new notebook, a fresh plan. There is nothing wrong with these things. They can open a door, but they cannot replace structure. Because after intensity, life continues. Traffic still comes, bills still wait, family still calls, work still demands, children still need you, business still pressures you, old triggers still know your address. So the question is not, did you feel something? The question is, can the new structure hold when life returns? Can you still pause when you are tired? Can you still say no when they are disappointed? Can you still rest when your identity wants to prove? Can you still reduce commitment when fear says you will lose relevance? Can you still slowly choose when your urgency is shouting? That is where the work becomes real. This is why Inside the Design is not about motivation. Motivation can help, but motivation is not enough. Motivation speaks to desire. Architecture speaks to design. Desire says, I want to change, while architecture asks, what structure will make the change possible? Desire says, I want better outcomes. Architecture asks, what behavior, identity, rhythm, capacity, and environment will produce those outcomes sustainably? That is the deeper work. Not loud, not flashy, but real. Now, as the season closes, I want you to reflect. What pattern did you notice this season? What reaction did you begin to understand differently? Where did you realize that discomfort has been controlling your choices? Where did you see that your yes was not always generosity? Where did you notice that your boundary was collapsing because your identity did not feel safe? Where did you begin to see that your energy has been poorly designed? Where have you been rushing change because pain made speed attractive? Do not answer all of it quickly. Let one question find you. This season was not asking you to fix everything. No, it was asking you to see differently. Because what you cannot see clearly, you cannot redesign deliberately. And what you do not redesign deliberately may continue to run your life quietly. That is why this work matters. Not because we want to sound deep, but because people are tired. Adults are tired, leaders are tired, professionals are tired, parents are tired, entrepreneurs are tired. People who look functional are tired. Not always because they lack ambition, but because they are carrying old designs inside new responsibilities. Old fear inside new roles, old guilt inside new decisions, old survival inside new opportunities, old identity threats inside adult conversations. And until the design changes, the pressure continues. So this is the invitation, not a loud one, a quiet one. Go back through the season. Listen again, watch again, not as content this time, but as a mirror. Start with the episode that touched you the most. Maybe it was discomfort, maybe boundaries, maybe energy, maybe overcommitment, maybe slow redesign, maybe identity safety. Do not rush past what met you. Sometimes the episode that unsettles you is the one showing you where redesign must begin. Inside the design is a journey, not a snack. Clips may open the door, but full episodes help you walk in the room. So before you enter the next season, return to the foundations and let them settle. Let them ask better questions in you. Let them reveal what you have been calling personality, strength, generosity, discipline, or maturity. Some of it may be real. Some of it may be protection. Some of it may be structure. Some of it may be fear wearing fine clothes. There is no shame in seeing. Seeing is the beginning of redesign. And redesign does not have to be dramatic to be real. As we close, remember this. Architecture stands when intensity fades. When excitement reduces, architecture remains. When applause ends, architecture remains. When motivation drops, architecture remains. When pressure returns, architecture is tested. So do not only choose the feeling of change, build the structure that can carry change. Do not only collect insight, practice redesign. Do not only say, I know. Ask, what system is still producing this? Do not only ask, how do I feel? Ask, what structure can help me live differently? That is where the next part of the journey begins. This first season gave us the foundation. The next season will move us deeper into the rebuild of self. Not self as performance, not self as structure, not self as image, but self as design. Not self as a motivational project, self as an internal architecture capable of carrying a different life. So stay close. Inside the design is not finished. We are only moving from awareness to rebuild. And if this season has shown you anything, let it be this. You are not just a bundle of reactions. You are not just your old patterns. You are not just your exhaustion. You are not just your overcommitment. You are not just your fear of disappointing people. There is a design beneath the behavior, and what has design can be redesigned. Slowly, honestly, structurally. This has been Inside the Design by Innocent Minds. Thank you for walking through this first season. Go back, listen again, share the episode that helped you the most, and prepare for the next season, the rebuild of self. Because architecture does not end with awareness, it continues with practice.